Allah. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala sayyidina wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. My dear brothers and sisters, may Allah bless you all. May Allah grant the best for all of us in this life and hereafter. I know it's cold outside and it's kind of a storm, but it's warm and peace here inside. As we are, inshallah, going to unveil the 3D model for the first time for the mosque, that will be a great. This is an historical place. We are here in a historical place for Muslims. And it's that telling histories and many stories, and we're going to hear some of that today. Since 2007, the month of October be recognized as the Islamic History Month. And for that month, we launched a competition that to bring good spirit to capture the beauty of the first purpose-built mosque in Ontario. And actually, it's a second in Canada, as the first one was built in 1938 in the city of Edmonton in Alberta, called Rashid Mosque. However, that mosque was built by the effort of the community there, and it has an even beautiful story behind it, and a lady who was named Layla behind that mosque. That mosque nowadays is not functioning as a mosque, it's a museum, as the government preserve it and actually carry it literally from its place to a park, and now it's a museum, which make this mosque, it's the longest operating mosque in Canada. We are here blessed with that, and we have one of the earliest community in Canada. I want to show you something here. I'm not sure if you can see this picture that I'd like to share with you at this moment. Here, if you come closer to this picture, what you see in this picture, the gravestone of Assaf. Yes, that's why I brought it, Assaf. And actually in this grave there are two being buried there, Hari Hassan and the other one Sayyid Assaf. And if you pay attention to that date when he died in 1907. 1907, that's the Sayyid. Oh, yes, 1907. He was born in 1885 and died in 1907 and was buried in Mount Pleasant graveyard, not far from the mosque. That's so far the oldest grave I have seen for Muslim in Canada. It might be older than this, but that's the oldest one I have seen. It's 118 years. That's a history. That history has to be shared, and we need to share that one. And beside this grave, I have a picture, captured a picture of two gentlemen, like my dear beloved ones. Sheikh Ali Jumuah was born here in the city of London in 1956, I guess. And I have beside him another grandfather. He is one of our pioneers. He was born in 1940 in the city of London. He's 85 years old. That's one of the, people can tell your history. And I have with me here his nephew, his cousin. The one in the grave, the one who was buried in the grave, his nephew is here beside me, yes. And Hani Hassan, he's a cousin of our dear brother Adib Hassan, which inshallah brother Adib, he's going to share with us many of those stories. But let me just bring a smile to your face by sharing this picture. Picture tells a lot, okay? This is another stone for a grave here. If you can see closely here, they called in this grave Father S. David, died in 1944. You might guess this a stone for a grave of a priest, or somebody in a church as the Father David. But actually, if you go closely here, it's Abu Sa'id. Abu Sa'id being translated. Father S. David, Abu Sa'id as a father. So it's a grave of a Muslim man, died in 1944. Is he related to you as well? From the same village. he's the same from the same village. Subhanallah. There are many things that here we have to share and tell, and I'll leave the floor for our dear brother and uncle. You know, there's no need to make an introduction for him, as he's known to all of you, our dear brother Adib Hassan, to present for you, inshallah, talking about the history of Muslims here in the city of London, particularly the history of our mosque, the place that we are sitting right now.
Jazakallah khair, Sheikh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Being born and raised in London, I was able and fortunate to see the growth and the changes through the community over the years. I remember as a small student going to the original house that was renovated for the masjid. How do I pull this, sir? Oh, okay. Thanks. Oh, this is on the screen? Okay. The house was purchased in 1957 and was renovated for the use of as a masjid by the very small community. And it was their pride and joy for them to have a place, because until that point, this side of Edmonton, there was nothing like that. All the way from Edmonton to the Atlantic Ocean, nothing. And then we built, the community bought the home and renovated it. And only 4 years after that, buying the house, it wasn't easy for them, and renovating it, and lots of the work done by hand, it was destroyed by a fire. And you would think that would have been looked at as a disaster, but now we see وَأَصْلَتْ تَقُوا شَيْءٍ وَهُوَ خَيْرٌ لَكَ. So Allah's plan is in place, because they would not, for years, they wouldn't change that building. They wouldn't tear it down just to build another building, but because of the fire, they were, you could say, forced to start with a building which was purpose-built for a masjid, and that's the room we're sitting in now. This room is the whole of that building, this prayer room. And it was, yes, so we're showing here, this is actually after Eid prayer in the 1989, late 80s, and they're digging with a shovel. Our elders, this is Abu Isam Adri, and our elders and the Imam were taking the first shovel. They were digging the first shovel to start the school. This is like a ceremonial dig.
Do you remember some of the names of those? The Imam?
No, this is Abu Isam Adri. This is Sarwar, the older gentleman. He was our elder, a Pakistani brother, father of Mohamed Sarwar. Ali Seed is to his left, and then Asim Fadl is in the blue shirt to the other side of Abu Isam. So this just to capture. And then this is the foundation of the Islamic school, taken from the roof of the mosque. And that was in 1990. This picture I found, this is before the masjid was finished, just as it was being constructed. You can see the dome on top is not completed, and the building still has to be, and the scaffold is still up doing the minarets. So that's one of the earliest pictures. I would have submitted this picture, but I thought I might win, so I didn't submit it for the competition. But I wanted to share that with everybody. And of course, that's the prayer room. That was before we did the renovation. That was the original prayer room of the building. So I just wanted to mention that I think they received about 25 pictures for this competition, and mostly from the young people. I was fortunate enough to see the very first picture of the masjid when I was about 11 years old. So you know, when communities or companies or organizations are going to build a building, the architect will give them a picture of what the building will look like. So when they go around to talk to people and see people, they have a picture. This is what we want to build. And it was a beautiful picture on a hard board. It was maybe 3 feet by 4 feet. It was color. An artist had done it. And I was 11 years old, and my dad kept it at our house when it wasn't being used. And so I had a project from our grade 6 teacher that year. You have to stand up in front of the class and make a speech on any subject for about 3 or 4 minutes. So I thought, I'm going to make a speech about building a masjid because I had the picture. So I carried that picture and I went to school and I made my speech, and I got an A on that. It was one of the very few A's I got in school. I got an A on that project. So I loved the building even before it was built, just by seeing the picture. So all of the people that took those pictures, the young people that took those pictures and submitted them today, they're all winners. Everyone is a winner because they're all attached to the masjid, and we know the blessings of that. Really, that's all I wanted to say today. Jazakallah khair for everyone who participated and attended, and we are living the dream, but the dream's still going on for the future, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
MashaAllah, it's a beautiful. There are many things really can be told, but we will open the floor for 1 or 2 questions and use the moment that Brother Adib with us. Yes, Brother Ashraf. The question is asking about the board that running the mosque, and he asking Brother Adib, who was the first president of the board of director in the mosque?
You're asking the board of directors at the time of construction?
Yes, the first one was the first. Maybe the one who was holding the shovel.
No, you're talking about the original back in 1964.
Yes.
So I was 11 years old in '64. So it wasn't me. Yeah, but I know my dad was the chairman, and Haj Ahmed Seed was the chairman. There were good people, and in those times, we had no scholars. I mentioned this to Sheikh. We had no scholars in Canada. Whole Canada, there was not one scholar. So we followed the hadith. If you know one surah, ayah, teach it. That's it. Whatever the people knew, they taught each other.
Any other question? Alhamdulillah. Yes. So the community at the time were around 40 families. Is that correct? Yes. So that confirmed that runs around 40 families, kind of related or coming from 1 or 2 villages there in Lebanon, and now you will see the diverse of the community. We're coming from more than 60 different nationalities, speaking different languages, but all in harmony, speaking one language, the language of love. We're all together here. What's gathered us is the kalima of La ilaha illallah. Say La ilaha illallah. So this is an honor, and this is a reward. You see, the sabaq, when the person doing something first, he will get the honor. But the reward of that is something you feel honored about. When Sidiya, my father did this, I was there in this and this moment. So we are building history. Even now, today, we are building history for those that are going to come 100 years from now. So we have to plant in order they will harvest. We have to do something in order that our reward will never be cut off as the reward of our pioneers. And at this moment, we remember them. And one of the good things that at least we send to them our dua. So let's make a dua for them. اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم وأكرم نزلهم واسع مدخلهم اللهم اغسلهم بالماء والبرد ونقهم من الذنوب والخطايا كما نقى الثوب الأبيض من الدنس برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم لا تحرمنا أجرهم ولا تفتنا بعدهم واغفر لنا ولهم اللهم أبدلهم دارا خيرا من دارهم وأهلا خيرا من أهلهم وجيرانا خيرا من جيرانهم وحقنا بهم على الإسلام اللهم لا تحرمنا أجرهم ولا تفتنا بعدهم واغفر لنا ولهم اللهم اختم لنا جميعا بالإسلام واجعل الشهادة هي آخر الكلام وارزقنا رفقة سيد الأنام عليه الصلاة والسلام آمين 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 وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. Here now the time that comes for the participation, and as you see, many of those pictures in the screen of those participants, take your time just to enjoy looking at those pictures and some description for those. See, sometimes the eye of photographer will bring something that you never even think of it. See how the minaret, how it looks. And many people, they didn't know even there's a minaret in the mosque and how he pictured it. Yes? Yeah, the boy, he's taking a moment of silence. And actually, that's a habit for the student. In the past, even now, if they want to memorize, they will hold their mushaf and they will work around in anti-clockwise, like, so see the direction of tawaf, they go that way. So they unite with the movement of the universe. It's something amazing. Make them focus more. You should try it if you have not tried yet. The boy in the picture. That's a picture being taken from the back lot, walking to the mosque. These steps, not here in London, no, these steps in Jannah. Because when you walk into the masjid, you walk into Jannah. And that will be count for you, inshallah, as hasanat. Beautiful dome. That's the oldest one. This is unique angle. Is it beautiful? Isn't? You agree with me, yeah? It's one of the winning pictures. It's not the her, but it's one of the winning pictures. It's nice. Okay. So the point that we made this competition because we want that attachment, especially for the younger one, the attachment to the mosque, to have a good memory, and that is really a matter, and that's really important. So we want that to be in their memory, because one of the things that will keep the community alive, their attachment to the mosque. And in any community, you find a mosque, you find the Quran, you find the Adhan, that community will flourish. And that community always will never go astray. And if something protected the future of the community and it protected the present moment and the future of the community, in this community is the mosque. You see many families, many communities are not that dedicated like we've seen people here. And if there is a reason, that is the mosque. We need to revive the mosque and have attachment to our mosque with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and many other masajid. Here on your behalf would like to honorably mention some people. They have dedicated some time and effort for this competition. Sister Razia Tahir for creating awareness on the senior group and the historical site black. And also for Sister Salima Babul for capturing the Fajr time. And not only this, for inspiring us with the idea of this competition. Because one day after Jumu'ah, she came and she showed me the pictures she have taken after Fajr prayer from the mosque and capturing the moon. It was really a beautiful picture, and I said, well, you know what? We are in the Islamic History Month, we should really do this. And we came with this idea, so may Allah bless her with that. And also the brother Munib, Muhammad Munib, for capturing the most seen image walking to the LMM from the parking lot. And also for brother, Kashifa Shafiq for capturing the iconic manner of the Imam. Let me share you the picture. I didn't have it. I forget to include it. The picture of the sign of the mosque, where they wrote London Muslim Mosque. And in that sign, there are something like a little bit unique and a little bit weird. First, they wrote Muslim with O. That's how they used to write it before, Muslim. Not with U, M-O. But then you will look at it, London Muslim Mosque. Isn't the mosque for Muslims? Is it redundant that you have a London Muslim Mosque? It's a mosque for Muslims. There's a London Christian Mosque. This is all for Muslims. When you say mosque, it's Muslims. But why they came with that name? It's that's a literal translation from a Christian church. Then you know what? We have a Muslim mosque. So that tells you how that even that time, that Muslim community, how it started. And even at that time, how it started, because they did their best to come even with the name. They come with the name because in some masajid, when they establish, they call it, they start calling him back church, Pakistani church, back church, you know. Which they didn't know the word mosque at the time, people around. And then later they learn it's not church, it's a mosque. And if you notice, the Qibla used to be here. That was the mihrab. That's the door, inside the door, is the mihrab. And the Qibla was that direction. Because that the maximum their ability, they thought that direction is there. So actually they in purpose, they shifted the mosque this way. If you notice, the mosque is shifted from the main road because they thought this is, the Qibla. But then years after, they said, no, let's, be more accurate, and they fixed the Qibla, we shifted a little bit. Do not worry about their salah is count. Allah la yudhi'a imanakum, it's count. Because it's must to face it if you know and able. So if you don't know and you have some mistakes, you don't have to worry about it. The salah is count. If a question come to your mind, may Allah accept it. Now the time to announce the winners. As you see, we have many here, pictures here and there. And we have the pictures, the actual picture outside. We're going to go, inshallah, to see. And we want all people to submit the pictures, to stand beside their picture, to talk to people about it. And inshallah, share with us the moment of unveiling the 3D model. But before all of that, I'd like to call the names of the winners. And I will post the pictures here of the winners on the screen. Isn't a beautiful one? The beautiful one. From the drone. Well, that's one of the benefits of the technology. And you see the different colors of the trees in times of fall. And it sees that like it's a hub of the city. It's really beautiful. The surrounding area, the mosque itself, the white color, the off-white that comes from there, the domes, the shine. It's really beautiful. In a busy street. See the cars in there? In a busy street. We are in a prime location. And we need to invest in that location. Maybe one of the busiest streets in the city. And we really, it's a landmark for the city. That's really important. Yes. Yes, please. Oh, yeah.
While we're looking at this picture. Just some.
Yeah, good.
Is that okay? Just some history while we're looking at this picture. It's interesting. So originally the house was on the corner of Summit and Oxford, to the right side of the picture, where this room is the masjid. That was the property. So we had to buy three more pieces of property, actually four more properties to get what we have today. And just a quick story about the last purchase. So you see on the left of the picture the row of townhomes that are beside us on the parking lot. So this house, there was a house next to us, next to the school, and we had been trying to purchase that house for years. There was an old woman and her son living in that home, and we really needed that property. And we were trying to buy it. We told them, you can stay in the house. The masjid, we don't need the house. We just want to secure the property. No, they wouldn't sell it to us. And then we were building the school, and we were almost done the school. We were going to open the school in September of 1996. And then in about the spring of 1996, I mean, we had no money. We were spending everything we had, we spent on the school. We were trying to open up in September. And then the contractor in the school calls me up one day, and he says, something's going on next door, that house next door. There's a contractor there. They have a big box of garbage, and they're throwing everything out in the garbage. I said, go and ask the supervisor what's going on. He found out that the people died. The person in the house died, and the lawyer took over. And so we contacted the lawyer. Make a long story short, we were able to purchase that property. Then we wanted to open the driveway that goes on the other side to Oxford, beside the school. We wanted to open that driveway. We had to get permission from the city to open that driveway because we only had this Summit Street. We wanted to open the other driveway on the other side. So we go to the city and we had to show them our plan and ask permission. They said, the address was 161 Oxford or something, 167. They said, who's the owner? And I said, London Muslim Mosque. I could see them clicking away. And London Muslim Mosque owns 167? I said, yes. They had this guy who built those row of townhomes. He had already put in a plan for 2 rows. The second row was on this property that we bought. He had already went and got approval to build 2 rows of townhomes with the driveway in the middle, but he was going to buy this property that we bought. So they told us, you can't have a driveway because there's too many driveways now before Platts Lane and traffic and Mubarak Shu. They said, you need to join your driveway with the townhome. That's why when you go out that driveway, you see it's all one exit to Oxford. Just a nice little story too.
Nice.
Of how we assembled all the property.
So this picture, beside other winning picture, was taken by brother Amin Youssef. Actually, he's a professional photographer, mashallah. It's really done good job. So 2 of his picture being selected. The peaceful part of the city, the image of the LMM, and the serenity of faith, we call prayer hall with the Quran tasbih. That's the other one that's being selected for him. But this is the winning picture of him. And his prize, it's a $100 gift card and the large size of Mus'haf. Inshallah, that will be a means of guidance, bidnillah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and happiness. The second picture, the LMM front doors, featuring the doors and windows of the LMM. The picture being taken by brother Hamid Badawi. And Hamid Badawi, he submitted a few pictures and all are beautiful. Actually, the screen and picture being cut, so you will see the full one because it shows the dome, but this one does not show the dome. If you see this picture, the one in the front, yeah, this one, you see the dome, in here in the screen does not show, but it's really beautiful, a beautiful angle, it's nice, I like it, even the sky colors and many other things, mashallah. So brother Hamid, he got the gift card as well and a mushaf. But inshallah, you will get, yours, Brother Hamid. Brother Hamid, he's a professional photographer as well.
Just a note about the doors. So the architect came with these a design of the doors when we were doing this building, and they're solid wood doors, 2 inches thick, 7 feet high. I can't remember, but they're huge. 4 of them. They're solid wood. We went to get a price. It was at that time $12,000 for 4 doors, and we thought, wow, and that's a lot of money. So somebody came with the idea, the Mennonites. We have Mennonites, the Mennonites
Yes.
close to us.
Yes.
And they work wood, they do a lot of woodwork. So we went to the Mennonite community and they built those doors for us for like $3,000.
Yeah, but that's a beautiful story to share, like the cooperation with the communities and working together. Many of the information today is new for me. Okay. Let's enjoy showing this picture. See, there's a different angle, and you see the community behind the mosque. You see how the pictures that all that community behind the mosque. Many Muslims living there. Many Muslims choose to live there because of the mosque. And the mosque make value actually to the area. And the subretin of those buildings, they know that. And Muslims, one of the reasons why they choose to live here is a peaceful area because the mosque and close to the mosque. And many Muslims are living there. And whenever Muslims they go and live, the rate of crime will be low, peaceful areas, and that's something neighbors can testify. It's a beautiful picture. And I like it. And it distinguished even the mosque from the school. The one next door is a school, our school. We're proud of it. But there's a focus in here about the mosque. I wish if the minaret is actually even longer, it even give more prestige, and more view for the mosque. Maybe that's a new project, inshallah. The taller the dome, it will be the taller the minaret. It's giving really a clear image, inshallah. So anyway, we're proud of our mosque, and alhamdulillah, and may Allah, bless, all brothers. This being taken by Brother Brother Jamalali, last name, Brother Jamalali. So Rami, Brother Rami, actually, that's part of his business as well. He's a professional photographer, mashallah, and that's a beautiful. This is something really great. Wallahi, I would like to mention that. It's something great because using your talent to help the community. See, those ones, you might say, what? They didn't have time for the business. They want to have business. But at the same time, no, let me donate some of my time. Let put some of my effort and talent for the community. You notice that? The 3 of them are professional. The price doesn't mean anything for them. But they want to participate. They want to leave something. They want to use their talent for not just capturing the moment, but actually to keep in the history that in mind and to be part of that history. So those pictures will last. Even if they die, those pictures will be lost. And those pictures we're gonna use. You see them in posters and other places, and it's something that we're gonna be there, even if they are not there. So that will be great. Brother Rami, your gift card here and your mushaf here, please, you can come anytime to meet. And we have many others. Please, all of you, there are your frame of your picture is there, and inshallah, Allah will put a great reward for you. At the moment now, for Brother Mahmoud Badvi, for his presentation and his word and comment. He's a professional engineer and mashallah, one of those they put in their talent toward the Islamic architect. He have designed many mosques, Mecca, Medina, Aqsa, like a 3D model that attract being attractive and for all visitors. So Brother Mahmoud, one of the things as he did lastly, and almost a finished project, it's a 90% finished project, it's LMM 3D. Brother Mahmoud, please. And inshallah, we will go together after his talk to unveil the model. It's there in our lobby. Please share with us at the moment. Stay with us to share the moment. I love the name Mahmoud. It's the name of my father.
I know that.
The name of my son.
Alaikum.
You know, I love Brother Mahmoud. May Allah bless him.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Well, I mean, it's an honor for me to be up here and then just participate in these kind of things. Some correction that I did not design, I built the models.
Yes, I designed the models.
Yeah, they're designed by somebody else. By profession, I'm an architect and civil engineer. I moved to London from Mississauga in 2002. Since that, at the time, there were only 3 mosques, LLM, Islamic Center, and then I think Bajra Masjid. MashaAllah, now there are so many. 17 or 15?
10.
Oh, sorry, 10. So by the time, so since 2002, I'm connected with the LLM and then Islamic Center and then Bajra Masjid. So I basically built those models, most of them in 2013, by the idea of Dr. Munir. They were expanding the Islamic Center. They decided to put some kind of, this portion for the Islamic history and then a museum. But then after that, I started building those models for them. So there was a condition that the model is supposed to be lightweight and then be assembled and disassembled. And they can be mobile, that if we display those models in different places, we can go and then disassemble that, mobile them, put there, and then assemble them again. So that was a condition, but I mean after that, once I done so many models, the idea was dropped. So I donate those models with the good cause of calling them, this non-Muslims to masjid, and I hope they're working very fine. So latest, this with the request of Imam, I built the model of this masjid. So it is outside, and I hope you like it, but it's not complete yet. A couple of things are just as Imam mentioned that, I mean, yes, when I study the drawings, the current building is totally different than the drawings. Even the minaret is not this much, actual minaret is about 44 or 50 feet tall, but it's not that much. So, and there are so many other things out there. So it's totally different. Just like this one, the center of the, this hall, look like dome is on top of that, but no, dome is off center. So there are so many other things which I, when I gone through the drawings, I figure out this totally different thing. And also the major construction, which is totally different than the drawing, whoever, this architect, this suggests, is totally different than that. So for me, it was a little bit challenging. The actual thing is totally different than the drawings. So anyways, so thank you very much for just calling me. Thank
Oh,
you
may Allah bless you, Brother Mahmoud. I like it. Even it was not completely said, but I really like it. I don't know when it's going to complete, how it's going to be. We wait for that moment,
That's right,
inshallah.
but one
May
more
Allah bless you. And actually, he added for this one, I think, unique things, even light, yes? It is.
I did the lights, but unfortunately, the lights were working perfectly fine until I put the ceiling. As soon as I put the ceiling and test, lights are not working. So I will figure out. Now, there is one suggestion from the brother Ghani. He's saying the model should be bigger than that. At the moment, the model is about 1/5 of a scale. I can rebuild it with the 1/4 scale, bigger model, and then we can just put it on this permanent display anywhere. and with the case on the top and this. So inshallah, we're looking forward.
MashaAllah, it's a beautiful, Jazakallah khairan. And I'm really happy that we had the permit approval for the minaret to be taller. That's really good. So we don't have even to go and apply again, yes? I'm not sure. We have to look at that. I wish if that, we see the minaret is taller, inshallah, bidna subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it has a great significance. I'm sure this will brought already a good memory for many people. They remember the beloved one they were praying here in the mosque. They remember good moments. They were here, excluding themselves, and tears comes to their beard and their face and on the ground. Many salawat, many irkan, many salat janazah they have been done here. Many shahada in the mosque. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? And those people in the graves sharing the reward. Amazing. We need to do that. We need to be smart, dealing with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So whenever there's a project that like when something lasts as an ongoing charity, like a building mosque, expansion of mosque, doing whatever, we need people to come forward. We are in a project, inshallah, to exchange the carpet, and sooner we're going to do that. And even redesigning the front area to make it more ability and Qibla oriented. And even the project of expanding the mortuary, the funeral surface in a room, and many other things. And I'm sure the community being generous and continue to be generous, and they will come, inshallah, to help all together. This is the moment that we're looking for. Inshallah, we all go, inshallah, in the main lobby to unveiling the 3D model of the mosque. May Allah bless you all. Jazakallah khairan. Barakallahu fikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Thank you, Brother Mahmoud.